Way warm welcome for Jordan. Jordan?
Good morning. Day 3, we made it. So thank you everyone for joining. Great conversations. I see part of my golf team out there. That was fun. But today we're just going to talk about SMS, give you a little bit of background of Attentive, who we are, and what we think. Some tips for the holiday season. You know, kind of our Super Bowl here is just around the corner, and so I thought that would be good. So first off, Attentive, if you don't know, we do SMS marketing. That's kind of our bread and butter. We've got a couple other different products now, but we are a startup, by no means a small company. We're, I think, up to like 1,600 or 1,700 employees now. Our whole goal is to drive 20% of all of your digital revenue via text. And we typically can get there within the first 12 months of working together. And so the idea of turning this into a meaningful revenue channel very quickly. As you can see, there's some brands in the audience that we work with, some great brands that we work with here as well. We're powering the largest SMS solutions that exist. We're in the US, we're now international. And I think the conversation of text and it being an intrusive channel is a conversation that I've had for a long time. I think that tone is changing a bit. And as you can see here, your customers want to be talked to via text. They're giving you their phone number for a reason. We're just not emailing them out of the blue. And I think the behavior is just a little bit different than that of what we've experienced via email. It's more intrusive, quote unquote. But the results are there, and you can see that customers are making purchases via text, and they're doing it very often. And so I think text is this channel that's personal, right? We're talking to customers that give you their phone number. Their phone number is a sacred thing, and so it is, you know, selling, right? We're giving promotions. We're telling people about new products, but we can also make it a brand thing too. There's brands in here that aren't always trying to sell something. And I think text is a great channel to do so because unlike email, where you can just kind of sweep them under the rug, texts are seen. Like I have 0 unread texts, got 20,000 unread emails. And so like that's a behavior that we see a lot. And so this term of like racing to the inbox as far as email goes is now kind of applying to text. Because if you're not doing text today, there are companies that are. And these companies want your attention span, right? And you're not going to sign up for 100 text programs because that's 100 text messages 4 times a month, you know what I mean? And so this idea of like trying to get that customer onto your text program now versus later is, I think, advantageous. This is no secret. Obviously, there's being a shift from desktop to mobile. And so why not communicate with your customers where they're purchasing? If they're on mobile, you don't want to drive them to desktop. If they're on desktop, you don't want to drive them to mobile. And so just communicate where they're purchasing. And over the holiday season last year, we drove almost $1 billion of revenue for our customers. We sent almost $1 billion, so we sent over 1 billion messages. And so we're doing this at scale, and it works. All right, strategies. So first and foremost, we do a lot of acquisition for our customers. And so when you think about this acquisition, just make it timely. You know, update it for the holiday season coming up. Don't have the same static image or lifestyle image that you use all year and apply it to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have the ability to do this within the platform. You can change this in a matter of seconds. And so really easy to use, easy trick to just get more phone numbers. Make the content relevant. You know, if we're using data within your CRM to power these messages, let's use the images that they're looking at, right? Let's use the images or the parts of the site that they're on, right? And we can find out if this image is the best, right? We can A/B test in real time to say, hey, our customers like to see images. We're a very visual brand, great. Or they don't. They like very short, concise call to actions. And so we can test for this in real time. And my advice would be to start testing for this now so you can understand how your customer is going to react later. This idea of text being a promotional channel is one that I talk about a lot. We find the best results is when we turn this into a conversational channel. And so just getting text back. Like if you were to put out a campaign blast to your text group, a lot of responses are going to come in. And so what happens when we start giving them responses, right? And so A, we can do that. But B, we can actually just start asking them questions too. And so it's this idea of just not always being promotional. Let's start asking them questions about what they're interested about your brand, what products. And so we can use this quote unquote first zero-party data within your program, within other programs. But the cool thing is when we start getting these responses, we're seeing more revenue from those subscribers. So it's really cool. So we got a cool little conversational activation here. Obviously being a text company, we've got a text program. So if you guys just wanted to text Discover into 21718, you actually get a pretty good example of what this looks and feels like. And so this is us setting up different flows based on responses, based on how people are texting into the program. It's built around Attentive, so you can see some of our cool products that we roll out from acquisition to engagement. Triggered. So I always call Triggered the low-hanging fruit, right? People are on your site, they're making an action. If you're going into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you might want to update those flows with some more concise messaging, right? Let's make it around the holidays. Let's make it around the products that they're looking at. And then lastly, list growth. I always say that the core metric for how many phone numbers you guys can collect within your program is web traffic, right? The more times we can fire our modals to capture phone number, the more phone numbers that we're gonna collect. When is web traffic the greatest? Holiday season, right? And so let's make sure that we're really focusing on list growth during holiday season, making sure that the new subscribers that you do collect over this time period are lifelong subscribers and longer than just kind of one and get your promo code and go type of subscriber. And it has to do with relevant messaging at the right time. And I think one of the biggest opportunities, biggest misses, is that when you collect subscribers and don't start messaging them at a good frequency when they subscribe. They forget about it, opt-out rates spike if you don't message them on a regular cadence. And so once they subscribe, you've got this huge web traffic, they're part of your program. The idea is to messaging them pretty relatively soon so we can keep generating these conversions. So that's it. Our marketing team are geniuses, so check out this marketing campaign. There's a QR code if you want to scan it, but it's on our site. I think we did this really cool, nostalgic 90s internet throwback. And so feel free to check it out. Really cool, fun text program. Thanks, everybody.